So I'm JeannyRose and Robina. I will discuss the problem set B, number 6. So here's the question. A triangular numbers are the whole numbers that are presented by a certain triangular arrays of dots. The first 5 triangular numbers are shown. So nakikita naman po natin yung first 5 triangular numbers at saka yung kanilang representation. So we have 7 sub questions. So letter A, complete the following table and describe the pattern in the number of that column. So in the right side, nakikita po natin yung table. So letter B, make a sketch to represent the 7 triangular numbers. C, how many dots will be in the 10 triangular numbers? D, is there a triangular number that has 91 dots in its shape? If so, which one? E, is there a triangular number that has 150 dots in its shape? If so, which one? And F, write a formula for the number of dots in the nth triangular number. And G, when the famous mathematician Carl Friedrich Gauss was in the 4th grade, his teacher challenged him to add the first 100 counting numbers. So find the sum. So we will use the Polias 4 step to solve this problem. Step 1, understand the problem. There are 7 sub-questions. So we have in letter A, a number of dots are increasing with a pattern, and we must predict the number of dots with figures 1 to 6. B, a figure which represents the 7 triangular numbers. C, a figure representation of 10 triangular numbers. D, a triangular number with 91 dots in its shape. E, a triangular number with 150 dots in its shape. F, the number of dots are increasing with a pattern, and we must look for the formula for the number of dots in n triangular number. And E, the sum of 1 to 100. Step 2, divisive plan. Draw or make a sketch to represent each triangular numbers. And look for a pattern to make a formula and add all the numbers from 1 to 100 to get the sum. Step 3, carry out the plan. So in letter A, we must look and find how many dots are there in the first term until 6th term. So dahil in-extend ko yung ating table, so hahanapin din natin yung 7th term to 10th term. So in this slide, nakikita natin yung figures from 1st to 6th term para madali natin malaman yung number of dots nila. So in the first term, we have 1 dot. In the second term, we have 3 dots. In the third term, we have 6 dots. In the fourth term, we have 10 dots. In the fifth term, we have 15 dots. And in the sixth term, we have 21 dots. So, para makita natin yung number of dots from 7th term to 10th term, hanapin natin yung pattern or magtitingin tayo ng way para makita natin yung number of dots sa mga susunod na term. So, may naisip na ba kayong paraan, way, or may nakita na kayong pattern para makita yung number of dots in the 7th term? Okay. So, ang kinuha ko, hinanap ko yung difference. So, yung differences mga number of dots. So, 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. 6 minus 3 is equal to 3. 10 minus 4 is equal to 4. And 15 minus 10 is equal to 5. And 21 minus 15 is equal to 6. So, in the first difference, may nakikita na ba kayong pattern? Okay, wala pa. So, ibig sabihin, nahanapin pa natin yung second differences. So, 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. 4 minus 3 is equal to 1, 5 minus 4 is equal to 1, and 6 minus 5 is equal to 1. So, in the second differences, makikita natin yung mga sagot is naka-equal lahat sila sa 1. So, ibig sabihin, ito na yung last na kukunin nating difference. So, to find the number of dots in 7th term, so 6 plus 1 is equal to 7, and 7 plus 21 is equal to 28. So, we have 28 dots in a 7th term. Next, 7 plus 1 is equal to 8, and 8 plus 28 is equal to 36. So, we have 36 number of dots in 8th term. Next, 8 plus 1 is equal to 9, and 9 plus 36 is equal to 45. So, we have 45 number of dots in 9th triangular number. Next, 9 plus 1 is equal to 10, and 10 plus 45 is equal to 55. So, we have 55 number of dots in 10th triangular number. To simplify this pattern or this way to get the number of dots in each triangular number, so makikita natin in the next slide kung paano siya ginawa. Here it is. So, in the first term, we have 1 dot. So, 1 is equal to 1. So, in the second term, we have 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So, we have 3 dots in the second term. Next, in the third term, we have 1 plus 2 plus 3. So, equal to 6. So, we have 6 dots in the third term. Next, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 10. So, we have 10 dots in the fourth term. In the fifth term, we have 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So, 15. So, we have 15 dots in the fifth triangular numbers. So, may napapansin ba kayo sa pattern? Ayan, ang galing. Nakita niyo niya. So, kung hanggang ilang term yung hinahanap, hanggang dun yung number na pagpa-plus-plusin. Halimbawa, how many dots are there in 9 triangular numbers? So, inahanap natin yung pang 9th term. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga numbers from 1 to 9, pagpa-plusin natin, i-add natin to get the sum. And then, the sum is the number of dots in the 9th term. So, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 is equal to 45. So, 45 yung sum niya. Ibig sabihin, 45 is the number of dots in 9 triangular numbers. Another example, in the 6th term. So, numbers from 1 to 6, i-add natin yon to get the sum, and the sum is the number of dots. So, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is equal to 21, and 21 is the number of dots in 6th triangular number. Letter B. Look at the pattern from figures 1 to 6 to draw the figure in 7th triangular number. So, dahil nakita nga natin may nakita tayong pattern kanina na kung ano yung mga numbers lang nakapaloob kung anong term yung hahanapin natin, yun lang pagpa-plus-plusin lang natin. So, in this case, hanggang 7th term. So, ibig sabihin, from numbers from 1 to 7, i-add natin, then the sum is the number of dots in the 7th term. Kaya lang, yung hinahanap, ang tanong dito is to draw the figure. So, para ma-draw natin yung figure, syempre mag-start tayo sa 1 dot. 1 dot. Then, mag-add tayo na another 2 dots, another 3 dots, another 4 dots, another 5 dots, another 6 dots, and another 7 dots. Ayan siya. Ayan yung other way ng pagdodraw ng figure ng triangular number. At kung itutulad natin siya, katulad ng mga nakikita natin sa slide, yung sa taas, yung sa may first term, third term, and fifth term, ganito ang magiging itsura niya. Ayan. Ayan yung itsura niya kapag tinayo na siya na pa-triangle. And then, dahil dito, makikita na din natin kung ilang dots ang meron sa second term. So, meron tayong 28 dots. Next, in letter C. So, sa letter C, nakikita natin yung figures sa first term, fifth term, and eighth term. So, dito, draw the figure in 10th triangular number to get the number of dots. So, draw daw natin yung 10th triangular number. So, 1 dot. So, mag-start tayo sa 1 plus 2 dots plus 3 dots plus 4 dots plus 5 dots plus 6 dots plus 7 dots plus 8 dots plus 9 dots and plus 10 dots. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung itsura ng ating 10th triangular number. So, using this figure, bilang natin, makakount na natin kung ilan yung number of dots. So, we have 55 dots in a 10th triangular number. Next, letter D. So, sa mga drawing, nakikita natin kung ilan yung number of dots ang makikita. So, sa unang drawing natin, sa unang figure, meron tayong isang dot. Sa pangalawang figure, meron tayong 21 dots. And sa pangatlong figure, meron tayong 55 dots. Ngayon, sa letter D, hanapin daw natin kung meron bang 91 dots in its shape. So, tulad kanina, gagawin natin yung pattern na pinakita ko. So, say 10 plus 1, mag-start na tayo sa sa 10th term, yung 55. So, nakuha natin yung difference noon, kanina. So, 10 plus 1 is equal to 11, and 11 plus 55 is equal to 66. So, yun, nag-add na ng 11 na dots sa ilalim ng triangle kanina, yung may 55 dots. So, naging pang 11th term na siya. So, we have 66 dots. Next, 11 plus 1 is equal to 12. And 66 plus 12 is equal to 78. So, nakita nyo, nagbago na naman yung figure so, naging 7. Dumagdag na naman ng 12 dots sa ilalim. Naging 78 dots na siya. Next, 12 plus 1 is equal to 13, and 13 plus 78 is equal to 91. So, ibig sabihin, meron tayong triangular number na merong 91 dots. At ito yung pang 13th term. So, using addition, makikita natin yung number of dots tsaka kung ilang term. And to check it, from numbers from 1 to 13, i-add. Then yung sum is yung number of dots. Dahil kung 13, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 is equal to 91. So, ibig sabihin, meron nga talagang 91 dots in its shape. At yun yung 13 term o yung 13 triangular number. Letter E. Use the method in question D to find out if there is a triangular number with 150 dots. Kung kanina meron daw 91 dots at yun yung pang 13th term, hanapin naman daw natin kung merong 150 dots sa triangular number. Next, dahil mag-start na tayo sa 13th term na merong 91 dots, so kukunin muna natin yung difference ng number of dots sa pang 12th term at saka 13th term. So meron tayong yung difference nila is 13, tapos yung difference from tapos yung difference from 11th term to 12th term is 12. Then 13 minus 1 is equal to 1. So next, 13 plus 1 is equal to 1. 13 plus 1 is equal to 14. 14 plus 91 is equal to 105. So there are 105 dots in 14th term. Next, 14 plus 1 is equal to 15, and 15 plus 105 is equal to 120. So there are 120 dots in 15th term. Next, 15 plus 1 is equal to 16, and 16 plus 120 is 136. So we have 136 dots in 16th term. Next, 16 plus 1 is equal to 17, and 17 plus 136 is equal to 153. So we have 153 dots in 17th term. So may nakikita ba kayong 150 dots kada term sa term ng nabanggit? So wala. So we conclude that there is no triangular number with 150 dots. Dahil kung mag-exit pa tayo, hanapin pa natin yung pang 18th term, so sobra na siya. So sobra pa rin siya sa 150. Dahil kanina, ang sinabi, whole numbers lang po yung mga triangular number. Wala pong decimal. So, ibig sabihin, wala talagang triangular number consists of 150 dots. Dahil yung pang 16th term natin is 136 dots. And yung pang 17th term natin is 153 dots. So, sumobra na po siya ng 150. Next, letter F. So, hahanapin natin yung formula to find the number of dots. So, using this formula, pag nahanap na po natin yung formula na to, we will easy to find out the number of dots and the term kada triangular number. So, if the given is the term, so using this formula, mahanap natin yung number of dots. Kung given naman yung number of dots, makikita din natin dito sa formula na to yung hinahanap na term. So, nakikita naman po natin yung sa first term we have 1 dot, in the second term we have 3 dots, in the third term we have 6 dots, in the fourth term we have 10 dots, in the fifth term we have 15 dots. So, kung makikita nyo, nag-add tayo ng same number of dots kung ilan yung dots nila kada term, so makakabuo tayo ng shape na isang rectangle. At ang area ng rectangle is length times width. Ngayon, ang gagawin, alam naman natin kung saan ang length at kung saan ang width. Ngayon, in the first to fifth term, kung saan nyo nakikita yung blue, yung sa side na blue, so yun po yung ating width. So, represent po natin yun as n. So, gagamit po tayo ng variable na letter n. Next, hahanapin naman po natin yung length. So, dahil nga kung yung sa first term we have 1 blue dot sa side, in the second term we have 2 blue dots, in the third term we have 3 blue dots, In the fourth term, we have 4 blue dots. In the fifth term, we have 5 blue dots. So, represent natin yun as n. Next, in the width, naging n plus 1 siya. Bakit naging n plus 1? So, kung mapapansin ninyo sa length natin, kung kanina sa width, i-represent natin yung mga blue dots as n. So, dito pa rin sa width, ay sa length, meron pa rin siya mga blue dots plus white dot. Kung titignan natin, yung n is equal yung blue dots plus isang white dot sa first term, magiging n plus 1 siya. So, in the second term, yung n natin kanina is dalawang blue dots. Kung titignan natin sa length niya, meron pa rin dalawang blue dots plus isang white dot. Kaya naging n plus 1. Sa third term naman, ganun pa rin. We have 3 blue dots na nag-represent sa n. Pagdating sa length, meron pa rin 3 blue dots plus isang white dot. So, nag-equal siya sa n plus 1. Next, sa fourth term, sa width niya, meron tayong 4 blue dots. Pagdating sa length, meron pa rin tayong 4 blue dots plus 1 white dot. Next, in the fifth term, sa width, we have 5 blue dots, and in the length, we have 5 blue dots plus 1 white dot. So, dun po so, kung titignan natin, ito yung pagkuha ng number of dots in a rectangle. To simplify, it is n multiplied n plus 1. Ngayon, paano naman using the formula getting the number of dots in the rectangle, paano natin makukuha yung formula to get the number of dots in a triangular number? So, sabihin, ang gagawin po natin hahatiin lang po natin yung rectangle. So, kung makikita nyo yung mga hati, kung ilang yung number of dots sa left, ganun din yung number of dots sa right. Halimbawa, sa first term, meron tayong isang dot sa left, isang dot sa right. Sa second term, meron tayong 3 dots sa left, 3 dots sa right. Sa third term, meron tayong 6 dots sa left, 6 dots sa right, and so on. So, ibig sabihin, ito po yan. Ito na. So, kung dito sa pinakitang figure, yung sa width po natin, meron tayong 5 red dots na represent sa letter N. Pagdating sa length, we have 5 red dots plus 1 blue dot. So, kung nirepresent po natin kanina yung 5 red dots na N, i-represent din natin ng N yung 5 red dots dito sa width plus 1 blue dot, kaya naging N plus 1. So, ibig sabihin, at hinati natin sa dalawa na same number of dots, ang formula sa atin sa getting the number of dots in triangular number is equal to N multiplied N plus 1 all over 2. Okay. To check natin yung formula na yon na N multiplied N plus 1 over 2. So, hahanap sa letter A kanina, i-check natin yung formula given. Kung yung N natin is 3, yung term natin is third term, so yung N natin represent siya as a term. Ngayon, substitute natin yung N is equal to 3. So, 3 multiplied 3 plus 1 all over 2 is equal to 6. Tama ba ang resulta? Yes, it is 6. Next, kung papalitan naman natin yung N natin, 4. So, from fourth term naman, 4 multiplied by 4 plus 1 all over 2 is equal to 10. So, we have 10 dots in the fourth term. Next, in the fifth term, yung N natin is equal to 5. So, 5 multiplied by 5 plus 1 is equal to 2. 8 divided by 2 is equal to 15. So, we have 15 dots in fifth term. Next, kung yung n natin is 6, so papalitan natin ng 6 yung formula na n multiplied by n plus 1 is all over 2. So, magiging 6 multiplied by 6 plus 1 all over 2 is equal to 21. So, in the sixth term, we have 21 dots shape. So, nakikita natin na tumutugma yung ating formula in getting the number of dots. Next, in letter C naman, kung ang given natin na n is equal to 10. So, yung n natin, yun yung triangular number o yun yung term. So, substitute natin yung yung n is equal to 10. So, 10, quantity of 10 plus 1 all over 2 is equal to 55. So, ibig sabihin, yung 55 na yun yung number of dots sa 10th triangular numbers. So, tama ba kanina? Yung sa pang 10th natin. Yes. Sa 10th term natin kanina, pinakita na meron tayong 55 dots. Next, sa letter D. So, let natin yung x is equal to number of dots and n is the triangular number. So, yung number of dots natin, yung x natin is equal to 91. At substitute lang natin yun sa formula na n. And quantity of n plus 1 over 2 is equal to x. So, magiging n multiplied n plus 1 all over 2 is equal to 91. Kasi yung x pinalitan natin ng 91. Ngayon, tatanggalin natin yung 2 sa ilalim no formula na n, quantity of n plus 1 over 2. So, magmumultiply tayo ng 2 both side para matanggal yung 2 sa ilalim. So, magiging n, quantity of n plus 1 na lang siya, is equal to 182. Bakit naging 182? Kasi multiply din natin siya ng 2 yung 91. So, magiging 102. Next, yung n nasa labas, so it is nantawag dito, i-multiply natin yung n sa n plus 1. So, n times n is equal to n squared plus n plus 1 is equal to n is equal to 182. Ngayon, magma-minus tayo both side ng 182 para ma-equate siya sa 0. So, magiging siyang n squared plus n minus 182 is equal to 182 minus 182. Magiging n squared plus n minus 182 is equal to 0. Ngayon, i-factor na natin siya. Ngayon, ang factor ng n squared plus n minus 182 is equal to 0. N is equal to 13 and n is equal to negative 14. Ngayon, yung positive lang ang kukunin natin. I-disregard na natin yung negative. Dahil walang negative na walang negative na counting number. At saka walang negative sa kada hindi lang triangular number at sa mga iba pang numbers. So, lahat yan positive. Counting number. Positive lahat. Kaya disregard natin yung negative 14. Ang kukunin natin is yung 13. So, ibig sabihin, yung n natin is equal to 13 at ang ibig sabihin ng n natin is yun yung triangular number. So, we have in the 13th triangular number, you have 91 dots. Next, yung letter E. Let x is equal to number of dots and n is a triangular number. Kung yung x natin is 150, so substitute lang natin yun equal to n. Quantity of n plus 1 over 2 is equal to 150. Ngayon, katulad ng step sa letter D, ganun din ang gagawin sa letter E. So, magmumultiply tayo both sides ng 2 para matanggal yung 2 sa yung over 2 ng n, quantity of n plus 1. So, ang result is magiging n, quantity of n plus 1 is equal to 300. Ngayon, i-distribute natin yung n sa n plus 1. So, magiging n squared plus n is equal to 300. Ngayon, magmaminus tayo ng 300 both side, magiging n squared plus n minus 300 is equal to 300 minus 300 is equal to n squared plus n minus 300 is equal to 0. So, equate natin siya sa 0 para madali siyang ma-factor. Ngayon, factor natin yung n squared plus n is equal to 300 is equal minus 300 is equal to 0. At ang factor niya is the equation has no factors. So, ibig sabihin, pag wala siyang factor, ibig sabihin, walang triangular number na that consists of 150 dots. So, tama tayo kanina na walang talagang triangular number na merong 153 dots. Next, napansin ko yung mga number of dots kada term nandoon siya sa Pascal triangle. So, nakikita niya yung ibang kulay dyan na pababa. So, yun yung mga number of dots kada term. So, sa first term, makita natin na merong 1 dot. Sa second term, makita natin may 3 dots. Sa third term, meron 6 dot and so on until sa may 14 triangular numbers na merong 105 dots. So, yun, napapansin nyo po. Ayan, napansin ko lang yan. Tapos, nag-search ako, tapos nakita ko yan. So, makikita pala yung mga number of dots sa Pascal triangle. So, kung itutuloy pa natin yan, tutuloy pa natin itong Pascal triangle na to, makikita pa natin yung mga number of dots. Para madaling makita, ayan, para madaling makita. So, dito sa unang-una na kulay na 1, so yun, nasa first term yan. The second, para malaman natin yung 3, sa second term siya, itong kulay na to, 3 plus 1 is equal, 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. So, ibig sabihin, pang second term yung 3. Next, yung 6, yung nasa dalawang dulo na number, laging nasa dalawang dulo na number. Halimbawa, ito 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. Ibig sabihin yung 3, yung pang third term, yung 6. Next, itong 10 na to. Para malaman natin siya pang fourth term siya, 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. So, 4, pang fourth term yung 10. Next, itong 15 naman, itong 15. Makikita natin sa dalawang dulo na number na pag multiply natin na 6 minus 1 so equals to 5. So, ibig sabihin, yung 5 na yun yung yung term para sa 15. Next, yung 21. Nakikita natin yung pangalawang dulo niya. Kasunod na number niya is 7 and 1. So, ibig sabihin, 7 minus 1 is equal to 6. So, ibig sabihin, yung 21 pang 6 term siya. Next, yung 28. Yung dalawang number na katabi niya sa dulo, yung 8 at saka 1. So, 8 minus 1 is equal to 7. Ibig sabihin, yung 28 pang 7 term siya. Next, yung 36. Yung dalawang dulo na number is 9 at saka 1. So, 9 minus 1 is equal to 8. Ibig sabihin, yung 8 na yun is yung number of term ng 36 and so on and so forth. Hanggang makarating tayo sa dito, sa last number natin. As example, yung 15. Ay, sa 105 pala. So, yung dalawang dulo na number is 15 at saka 1. 15 minus 1 is equal to 14. At yung 4, ibig sabihin, yung 105, yun yung pang 14 term. Okay. Yung letter G naman, yung hinahanap yung sum ng counting number from 1 to 100. So, using the formula ng triangular number, makikita pala natin yung sum ng 1 to 100. So, i-let natin yung 100 dahil hanggang 100 yung hinahanap natin. Kung titignan natin, hanggang 100 na term yung pang 100 na term. So, i-let natin na 100, yung n is equal to 100. So, 100, quantity of 100 plus 1 all over 2 is equal to 5,050. So, ibig sabihin, yung sum from 1 to 100 is 5,050. So, meron pa ako dito nakitang way. Yung pagpaplasin yung kada dulo. Halimbawa, nakikita nyo dito, yung 1 plus 100 is equal to 101. 2 plus 99 is equal to 101. 3 plus 98 is equal to 101. 4 plus 97 is equal to 101. 5 plus 96 is 101. So, yan, na tinable ko yan, nandyan sa table sa right side. Ayan. So, naka-equate lahat yan sa 101. At lahat yan ay 50 na lang yan. Kasi, dalawang numbers yung pinag-combine natin. So, hanggang makarating tayo ng 50 plus 51 is equal to 101. So, ibig sabihin, 101 times 50 is equal to 5,050. So, yung sum na 1 to 100 is 5,050. Next, step 4. Look back. The formula in getting the number of dots in triangular number is came from in the formula of getting the number of dots in rectangular number. Next, using the formula n, quantity of n plus 1 over 2, we can find out how many dots in n number. Next, we find out the sum of numbers from 1 to 100 is 550 using the formula in triangular numbers. Next, try this. So, yun lang po yung report ko. So, thank you and God bless.